What if the ground beneath your feet was secretly spinning through the void? Imagine a man, over 2,000 years ago, staring at the stars and daring to ask that question. His name was Heraclides Ponticus, a philosopher, a dreamer, a stargazer who glimpsed truths so wild they'd echo across centuries. Who was this forgotten visionary, born in a quiet Greek city, who tilted the earth with nothing but his mind? Step with us into the ancient world, where the heavens were a mystery, and one man's curiosity lit a spark that still burns in the vast tapestry of science. Welcome to his not ordinary story. Our story begins around 390 BC in Heraclea Pontica, a thriving Greek colony on the Black Sea's southern shore. Growing up in this vibrant hub, he's surrounded by the clash of cultures: Persians, Greeks, traders from afar. Picture a boy with wide eyes, watching ships vanish bottom first over the horizon, a hint, perhaps, that the earth wasn't flat but curved, a secret he'd carry into adulthood. Little is known of his childhood, but we can imagine him tracing constellations in the sand, his mind already restless, hungry for answers. By his 20s, destiny called him south, to Athens, the beating heart of Greek thought, where giants like Plato walked the earth. He joined Plato's academy, a crucible of intellect where minds wrestled with the nature of reality. Plato saw something in him, enough to leave him in charge when he sailed to Sicily in 361 BC. However, some sources attribute this responsibility to Eudoxus instead. They even nicknamed him a peacock among sparrows. But beneath the swagger burned a fire, a love for astronomy, mathematics, and the music of the spheres. This was no ordinary student. This was a man poised to rewrite the sky. Now, let's pause and step into the mind of Heraclides at his bold. Because here, in Athens, he dared to challenge the very ground we stand on. Picture the night sky, a vast dome of stars sliding east to west, day after day, as if pulled by divine hands. Everyone assumed the earth sat still, a fixed stage for the heavens' grand dance. Everyone, that is, except Heraclides. One time, gazing at those stars, he wondered, what if the motion we see isn't the heavens turning, but us? What if the earth spins on its axis, west to east, once every day? Stop and think about that. To the Greeks, the earth was the immovable center of all things. Aristotle would soon cement that idea for centuries. But Heraclides saw a different truth. If the earth rotated, the stars could stand still, and the illusion of their march would be ours alone. It's a simple flip, yet it's profound. A crack in the cosmic shell. A glimpse of a universe less mystical and more mechanical, which causes day and night. His peers scoffed. The earth moving? Absurd! They cried. No telescopes, no calculus, just raw intuition and a fearless leap. He couldn't prove it, not with the tools of his time, but he felt the rhythm of the planet beneath his feet. To us, this sounds obvious, thanks to modern science. And this was only the beginning. Heraclides was about to tilt the heavens even further. Two restless wanderers, Mercury and Venus, flickered like fireflies near the sun's embrace. These weren't just stars. They were planets, and their paths through the heavens told a story older than Greece itself, a riddle that had puzzled stargazers for centuries. Long before Heraclides, the Babylonians tracked these wanderers, noting how they looped and lingered, defying the steady march of the constellations. By the time Greece rose, philosophers hungered for order in this chaos. Enter the epicycle, which was a clever invention born of necessity. Picture it, a planet riding a small wheel, rolling along a larger wheel, all centered on an unmoving Earth. It was a cosmic dance of circles upon circles, dreamed up by minds like Eudoxus and perfected later by Ptolemy. Epicycles were a triumph of imagination, a way to explain why Mercury might dart backward or Venus pause in its stride. To the Greeks, it was harmony, a universe of perfect spheres, ticking like a grand clock. But harmony came at a cost. With every new observation, the wheels multiplied, growing ever more intricate, a labyrinth of motion to keep the earth at the heart of all things. By Heraclides' day, this system was a marvel and a burden. And here stands our stargazer, a man who'd already dared to spin the earth beneath his feet. Those nights on the hillside, watching Mercury and Venus, stirred a question in his restless mind. Why all these wheels? What if the truth was simpler, bolder? Perhaps, he mused, these planets weren't circling the earth at all. Perhaps they danced around the sun itself. No scrolls tell us exactly how he leaped there. But we can imagine him, guided by intuition, piecing it together. Mercury's swift dashes, Venus' graceful arcs. They moved as if bound to the sun, not dragged through a maze of unseen gears. He proposed something astonishing. Mercury and Venus don't orbit the Earth. They orbit the Sun. This wasn't just a tweak, it was a revolution. For the first time in recorded history, a human suggested that visible objects, planets we can see with our naked eyes, circle another visible object, the Sun, not some unseen mystical point like the Pythagorean central fire. No epicycles, no hidden gears, just a bold, clear orbit. Was he hinting at a sun-centered cosmos? Not quite. He still placed the Earth at the center, spinning daily, with the Sun orbiting it. But this idea, this seed of planets orbiting the Sun, was a whisper of heliocentrism. A torch passed to Copernicus over 1,800 years later. Imagine him tracing those paths in the dust, the Sun's light a beacon in his mind. He'd taken a step no one else dared. A step toward a universe we recognize today. Yet, a shadow of doubt lingers over this bold vision. Some whisper that Mercury and Venus circling the Sun wasn't truly what Heraclides meant. Heraclides died around 310 BC, his works crumbling to dust, lost to time save for fragments and echoes in later writers. It is believed that when the leadership of Plato's prestigious academy became vacant in 339 BC, an election was held to determine the new leader. Heraclides is thought to have been a candidate, but ultimately lost the election by a narrow margin. Following this defeat, he left Athens and returned to his hometown. He never led the academy, but his legacy isn't measured in titles. It's in the questions he dared to ask, the visions he dared to see. The Earth spinning. Planets orbiting the Sun. Ideas so ahead of their time they feel like messages from the future. Nevertheless, his influence can be seen in the work of later philosophers and scientists, such as Aristarchus, who proposed the first known heliocentric model of the universe. When Copernicus turned the cosmos inside out, when Galileo peered through his lens, they stood on shoulders like Heraclides, the stargazer who tilted the world. So next time you watch the stars slide west, ask yourself, are they moving or are we? In that question lies his triumph.